YouTube, it's Justin from Team Misplay here. We got E. He just got booted from the Dueling Network server. Alright, so let's see. Tell him what happened.
Okay, so I was playing this kid named Raiten or Raiten.
Raiten.
We'll put it in the annotations.
Yeah, we'll put it.
What his duo tag is. But basically, this is my board. I have Thunder King, Bestiarian Attack, and 3 back rows. One of them being Starlight Road, Compose, and I think Mirror Force. He had Elder
of the Six Samurai.
Elder of the Six Samurai.
And Kagemusha.
And a set, or he either had it set or in his hand, he had a Forbidden Chalice.
It was in his hand. Forbidden Chalice is in his hand.
He Forbidden Chalice is my Thunder King to negate its effect on the field. On the field. So when he synchro summoned, I activated Thunder King's secondary effect to negate the special summon of Xian.
Alright, and here's where it gets interesting.
This does get interesting because I'm trying to explain to this kid that Forbidden Chalice can only negate things up on the field. It doesn't negate anything in the graveyard, and Thunder King's effect activates in the graveyard. He kept arguing that it was like Exiled Force.
Which, I'm getting really tired of people arguing Exiled Force the same way they try to use it for anything else, like Lonefire Blossom or Dandelion or Thunder King Rai-Oh.
Exactly. So he was saying that Forbidden Chalice negates Lonefire too, which, yes, it can negate Lonefire if Lonefire tributes another plant monster, but if Lonefire tributes itself, it gets away with it. It's like a hit and run. So then we call the admins. We call this one admin named Vongola-x
Or Vongola-x or something.
X.
We'll have his name in the annotation.
We'll put it in the annotations too. He was flip-flopping. First he agreed with him, and then I explained to him, well, it's like effect Vailer, it doesn't, and I was explaining my half, and this kid kept interrupting me the entire time, and I was like, look, I don't care what you say, you can argue your part, and I'm going to explain to him my part. And I did, and he's like, well, he agrees with him, then I explain to him my part, and then he agrees with me, and then this other kid's like, starts explaining that it's like,
Exile
Force. He starts, like, he spams the board saying Exile Force. And he's like, whatever, I'm going to agree with this noob. So I appeal to this other guy, and we wait like 10 minutes or like 5 minutes for this guy named Second Wind. And at first I was like, okay, this guy seems to understand the mechanics, because at first he was agreeing with me, but then he's like, no, you're wrong. So we go back and forth, so I'm like, whatever. I'm like, fine, just give your ruling, and that's okay. That'll be the end of it.
Alright, so he rules that Chalice will negate Thunder King's effect, and the way he explains the ruling is that because it's all one effect,
it negates everything it does.
It negates everything it does. So Eliud brings back the Thunder King from the graveyard.
He told me I couldn't do
He told him that he could not activate the effect. And then he proceeds to say, no, the tribute still happens.
So
because
I'm like flabbergasted. I'm like, well, you said this, but okay, fine. I still have the nuts in my hand. Like, I'm gonna destroy this kid no matter what. So I put the Thunder King back in the graveyard. And I'm like, okay, I need you to stay here because he calls him back. He comes in and it's like rolls that it stays in the graveyard. So I'm like, okay, whatever. All right, well, I need you to stay here because I'm going to do something, and I need you to explain to this kid that what I'm going to do is right. So he synchro summons, and I tribute Thunder King, and he's like, we have that whole spiel. So now my response to that is, okay, well, now I'm going to effect Vailer.
Yeah.
But then the kid just ends his turn, and I can't control what phase that kid's in. So as soon as that happens, I say, okay, I'm going to effect Vailer. No, this is main phase 2 because he
no, is this still?
No, it's main phase 2 because he attacked with Grandmaster.
All right.
So we're in main phase 2. So he synchros, and so after the Thunder King, I effect Vailer, and then I compose. And I do not say that I chain these effects. I just do it. It's done. And this admin proceeds to say, is like, no, Xian stays on the field because he negates because you did it in a chain. I'm like, what are you talking about? He synchro summoned the monster in main phase 2, and I effect Vailer. I let it resolve, and then he ends main phase 2, like off the bat after synchroing, and I compose. Like what's there not to negate? So then I'm trying to explain to him what's going on, and then not even like 3 minutes after arguing my point, I get booted off Dueling Network.
Proof. The admins on Dueling Network should probably try and take the ruling certification test. At least get to level 2 on it.
I had everything.
No, he had everything. He had everything, and everything got misruled. Honestly, the admins need to be a little bit more rigorously vetted before they're just given admin positions on Dueling Network. This is not the first time.
This happened to me twice.
This happened to E twice already, and I'm sure it's happened to other people out there.
I'm not being unreasonable. I'm trying to talk to these admins and argue my point. I'm not those trolls that are just like, no, it's wrong, and start like spamming the board saying that why they're wrong, whatever. I'm like trying to get. I want this, like every ruling that I get to be ruled precisely and to be explained the right way, so that way both players can know what's going on.
All right. But anyway, if you guys have any Dueling Network just rage moments, leave it in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and I think E and I will probably be trying to get our own admin position.
Yeah, it seems so easy.
It seems pretty easy that anybody can be.
Any preschooler can do it. Just carry around your rulebook.
Carry on
flip flop of what you want to say. It's like, no, I agree with you. Exile force. No, and then this other thing. Like,
hey. Dueling Network's monetized now. They say screw the rules. I've got money. All right, and remember, guys, it's not a pro play unless it's a misplay.